Lesson number 30, 3-part shell voicings for the left hand. You can visit the link in the description below to view your free PDF copy of this lesson on Scribd.com. If you haven't watched my series on 2-part shell voicings for the left hand, you may want to go back and review those exercises and etudes before watching this lesson. Okay, so in my previous series on 2-part shell voicings for the left hand, we talked about the 3 most essential notes that identify the quality of the chord we're trying to play. Those 3 notes are the root, the 3rd, and the 7th of the chord. Now the unfortunate part about 2-part shell voicings is that we can only play 2 of these notes simultaneously. So that means that we would either be playing the root and the 7th, or the root and the 3rd. Now that creates some problems for some chords. For example, if we were to play D and C together, this could imply a variety of different chords, the most important of which being the dominant 7 chord if we were to add a major 3rd to this, or the minor 7th chord if we were to add a minor 3rd to this. Now the same thing is true if we're only playing the root and 3rd of the chord. This could be a minor 7, this could be a minor major 7, it could be a D minor 6. So using 3-part voicings is a simple way to alleviate that problem that we're having when we're only playing 2 notes in a chord and maybe having some trouble misidentifying the harmony because we're not playing enough notes. So with 3-part voicings we can use every single one of those most important identifying parts of the chord, the root, 3rd, and 7th. So I'm going to take you through a series of 2-5-1 progressions in descending whole steps, and I'm going to show you which notes we're going to be using and how to order them throughout the 2-5-1 progression. So let's look at this progression in the key of C. So our chords are going to be D minor 7, G7, C major 7. Okay? So what we're going to start on with the D minor 7 is our root, 3rd, and 7th. Then we're going to open up this voicing. Our pinky is going to jump down to the root of the G7 chord. Our index finger is going to play the 7th. And then our thumb is going to play the 3rd. So we've got root, 7th, 3rd. And then we're going to go back to the same configuration we had for the D minor 7. Root, 3rd, 7th. So again, slowly. Root, 3rd, 7th. Root, 7th, 3rd. Root, 3rd, 7th. So you can see how this exercise can be a great exercise for developing strength and developing flexibility in the distance between your pinky and your thumb. It took me quite a while before I could reach that 10th. Now if you're having problems reaching that, you can simply play the root and jump up to these notes, or you could hold down the pedal while playing the root and jump up to those notes. It's really not that much of a problem if you can't reach them all at the same time. And you'll see as I play through the exercise, there are definitely progressions where I have more trouble making the reach. Okay, so fast, the progression in the key of C would be this. D minor 7, G7, C major 7. So now I'd like to demonstrate how I like to practice voicings through all 12 keys. One way that I think is very effective and very easy to use when beginning to learn a new voicing is to practice the 2-5-1s in a series of descending whole steps. So we'll start out in the key of C, we'll go to B flat, A flat, G flat, E, D, then we're back in the key of C. And all we have to do to simply play through the other 6 keys is start up a half step. So now we're in D flat, B, A, G, F, E flat, D flat. And the way this works will become more apparent as I play through the progressions and as you look at the PDF and practice the progressions yourself. Okay, so again, our starting configuration of the voicings is root, 3rd, 7th, root, 7th, 3rd, root, 3rd, 7th. Okay, normally you would want to practice these with the metronome somewhere around 60 and 80 beats per minute, but my metronome just lost its battery power. So we're going to just try to keep the beat as steady as possible. So I'm going to show you what happens when we get to each new key. We're going to start in the key of C first. 1, 2, ready, go. Now the C major chord turns into C minor. Now we're in the key of B flat. This B flat chord turns into a B flat minor. We're in the key of A flat. Turn into a minor chord. I'm going to transpose this up an octave. We're getting a little too low. This turns into E minor, A7, D major. Now we're back in the key of C. Okay, here's that first exercise a little faster. 1, 2, ready, go. So now we're going to look at the progression up a half step from our starting point before, so we can hit all the other 6 keys that we'd like to work on. So we started in the key of C before, now we're going to start in the key of D flat. So our 2 chord in the key of D flat is E flat minor. 1, 2, ready, go. E flat minor, A flat 7, E flat major, turn this into a minor chord, now we're in the key of B, or C flat. Minor again. Getting a little too low on the piano. I'm going to transpose up an octave. Now we're back in our starting key. Okay, here's that progression one more time, a little faster. 1, 2, ready, go. Started. So throughout that demonstration, you can clearly see there are tenths that I was unable to reach, and all I did was simply play the root and jump up to the best of my ability to the other 2 notes of the chord, the 3rd and the 7th. And I use the pedal as my guide, but be careful when you're starting out playing these voicings not to let the pedal make the voicings a little too muddy, because I think it's definitely a crutch for beginning pianists that are beginning to comp to really create a lot of confusion and muddiness by overusing the pedal in their comping. So try to stay away from the pedal as much as possible when beginning out with comping and with working on these voicings. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I do come out with new videos every single week, so if that's something you think you might enjoy, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to leave me a question or comment below, I'd be happy to try and respond to any questions or suggestions you might have for future videos. Thanks for watching.